All right, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Throne Thoughts. My name is Angela Davis, and I am the CEO and founder of She Reigns Incorporated. I'm sorry, She Reigns LLC. I'm so excited. She Reigns LLC and She Reigns Legacy Institute Incorporated. Tonight is our episode 3, and we're going live tonight. We're going to have a conversation. So it's real talk, real conversations, real queens, guys. And our talk tonight, our episode topic is basically the woman that you're becoming. And so tonight, I am so honored and privileged to have on Barbara Long, who is the founder of Raising the Bar, academics. Woo woo!
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Takashi Dixon, who is a dentist in our Valrico area. She is also the founder and CEO of NetPath Funding. And then she's also the founder of Prophetic Rose. So we want to give an applause to her. Yeah, so we just on here tonight to just have real conversation, guys, about the woman you're becoming, because we know that this process is painful, but the purpose is priceless. Everybody celebrates the woman that they see that you are today, but few of them and few people understand the woman that you had to become to get to where you are, because it's not, it's not comfortable. It requires you letting go of old habits, old mindsets, old relationships, old fears, and so forth. Oh, I don't know if we lost Takashi. But old relationships, old fears, and sometimes even, the version of you, of yourself that once felt safe. So you didn't wake up powerful. You had to become powerful, right? And you didn't wake up confident. You had to build your confidence. So you didn't inherit the purpose. You discovered it through obedience, perseverance, and the faith that we have. So tonight we're going to talk about that journey, because between who you were and who God is calling you to be. So I want to just break down the things that we're going to talk about. Is becoming requires breaking down. Becoming requires letting go. Becoming requires the discipline that it takes to do that. Becoming requires faith. Becoming it because it never ends. We always are going to continue to become. And so so tell me, y'all, we're just going to open up the floor. So tell me, what's your greatest breakthrough, and how does that begin? Did your breakthrough session actually prepare you for your becoming season? Like what actually happened? Was it like your rejection? Was it a divorce? Was it a career change? Was it a loss of somebody? What actually was that? How did that breaking season actually prepare you for your becoming season? So go first. I mean, ain't somebody tap in,
Well, so how y'all? So my breakthrough came through like a divorce, right? So for me, I was married for over 20 years, and I had been with the person for a long time. It was very abusive, a very abusive relationship, and I knew that when I was with that person, I always wanted to do different things, and every time I go to advance myself, with education, whatever it is, it was always an uphill battle for that person, and that divorce. Once I got divorced and everything, and I lost everything in that divorce. And I'm alone now, so I had to fend for myself, and so that was my breakthrough. I lost everything that I had put, 20 years. I left with nothing. All I had was a car and clothes. That's it. So I, came to Tampa. I was sleeping on an air mattress in the apartment. No, I didn't invite nobody over. Nobody knew. And so for me, me coming back up and, and working hard and everything, I gained back everything that I lost and some. So my breakthrough was the independence from this person that was a narcissist and an abusive relationship. So,
okay. What about you, Barbara?
It wasn't, for me, it was more of a self-awareness piece. So because I tend to always be helpful, and then when people recognize my helpfulness, I kind of shy away from it. Like, no, I want to be in the background, and that's okay. But it's really about not dimming my light so that others can shine brighter. Like I don't have to be less so that somebody else can be more. I have a big personality. I'm big everywhere I go, even though I'm small in stature. However, literally. However, it's about, for me, not dimming my light so that other people can shine brighter. There's enough light for all of us to shine bright. There's more than one star in the sky. They're all shining. And so just realizing that at a younger age, and for me, confidence was never a thing for me. And I don't know if it was my mom or if it was my brother. I have a brother I have two, but one in particular who is 11 years older than me. And he pretty much mapped out for me what I was going to do as an adult. And when I say he basically he spoke it to me often, to the point where I'm repeating it, and everything that he said, almost everything, I did. And so, and so that's what it was for me, them instilling those things in me younger, because he started that maybe when I was 6. So when people say, well, what do you want to do when you're an adult? And it's like, I'm going to be a teacher because my brother said so. Oh, well, what school would you like to go to when I got to high school? What college you want to go to? Well, it's going to be at HCU because my brother said so. We've talked about this. These are some things that are all programmed in me. And so for me, it was that young age of them shaping my confidence, so where I didn't really struggle with that as a teenager or as an adult. My struggle as an adult was not dimming that so that others can shine brighter, because I felt like I was too much or overpowering people. Well, no, if I'm overpowering you in your room.
Right. I think for me, y'all, it's all of it. I got disappointment, divorce, loss, career change, rejection, failure. All of it. I could go on. I think I need to write a book for real.
And I don't want to skip over that. And I have a divorce too. I was not even going to bring it up, but I don't think it shaped me. I think it changed the way I look at things, and it changed how I respond to things. I don't think it shaped me. I think I was who I was before the marriage, and I'm just a better version after.
Yes. Period. Yes, absolutely. Let me give you a applause for that. Okay, so I for me, it's just all of it. Shape, and this is basically who I'm becoming, because it's all of it. So the becoming requires letting go of something. So we got to let go of like toxic relationships, negative stuff, fear, like you just said, Barbara, people pleasing, comfort zones. You can't carry old baggage into a new destiny.
You cannot.
I think that's it,
even just how you respond to things. And I guess that's how I recognized that I was growing. If I respond, certain things I would respond to younger, or not even younger, just before I became aware. I'm like, you're responding to things that are out of your control. So that's a waste of your energy. And that's taking you out of your place of peace, because I didn't understand peace at that point and how important it is. Oh, I completely get it now. When they said, when the Bible says peace that surpasses all understanding, I get it, because I've been in places, or I've been in situations where I should have been so angry that I was ready to fight. And I just go, you know what? Have at it, and walk out and with completely intact, not spiking my cortisol because I'm mad. Right. Just completely just turning and walking away and saying, you know what? You're lost. You know what? That's on you. Those are things that are out of my control. I'm not going to even sit here and try to manipulate it. It's going to be what it's going to be, and let it go. That's when I realized, oh, that's the piece they're talking about.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
I
piece
think
that the Bible speaks of.
Yeah. So too, I mean, I don't know, Kasha, if you want Takashi, if you wanted to jump in on something of that, but I know that the becoming part of it. So every new level requires a different version of you.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
so that's yeah. Go ahead, Takashi. What you want to say?
Yeah. So like, so in this season I'm in, I lost a lot of friends, or and in some cases I just couldn't hang with some people anymore, and it's because I felt like, like I was, I'm trying to listen to God in God's direction, and some of the things were in conflict with that. And so, or I have, I'm trying to follow God's guidance, and other people are trying to tell me what way I should go, and that wasn't, and they was actually being distractions. And so the moment I got rid of those distractions, then I was able to start to elevate more. Okay?
Right.
And so it sometimes it feels lonely, and I miss some of the things that I used to be able to do and do with them and everything like that. But they couldn't come into this season with me.
They cannot. They cannot.
They can't. They can't. So okay, so we're gonna keep it moving, y'all. Kasha, is your thing off?
It's not muted. I'm not sure what's going on. At one point, you guys both blinked that too.
It may be the because it's raining pretty bad. It may be just affecting the internet.
So too, because when it blanked out, my thing just dropped off. I didn't even do anything; it just fell off. And so I figured, hey, technical difficulties. But when I got back on, both of you guys blinked out, and all of us was all blinked out.
Okay,
so I'm not sure what's happening. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. But if I look at my camera, it's on. It's not. There's no line going through it. That or the mic. So it must be technical difficulty. If you want, I can get out.
No. Don't worry about it. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. Okay, so we know that becoming requires discipline, right? And so the confidence isn't magic, it's consistency.
Yeah.
We got to show up when nobody else applauds us. I think that was my biggest thing too. I was always looking for somebody to be like, okay, Angie, good job. Oh my God. It's so I don't need that anymore, because I know that my help coming from who? The Lord. Okay. So it's doing the work long before anybody see the results. And I think everybody on here can really attest to that. So, because it's totally requiring the discipline. We have to be consistent about what we're doing, and so forth. And so that's where I am right now. I have to put my feet down. I got to keep doing it, even if everybody else said it ain't what it is. It ain't working. It ain't this. It ain't that. No matter what anybody else says, I have to be consistent. I have to show up every day without no applause. I can applaud, give myself a hand clap. I do the work a long time, and then God gets the glory. First, He got to get the glory and all that. So it's learning experience for me. Totally learning experience for me. I don't know if y'all want to chime in on that, and just it requires discipline from us. Totally.
Yeah. So for me, something that I decided to do, I would say a year and a half ago, I decided that, hey, I got different education things, but I never have sat down and went through the Bible. Right. I've been consistent about somewhat consistent about working out and different things, getting degrees, but why haven't I been consistent when it comes to God? So for me, what I did every week, I was going through the Bible, and it was going through different chapters, or chapter a week, not a couple verses. I want to really learn. And I can say that for a year and a half, I've been very consistent. Matter of fact, I've been more consistent with that than I have with anything else, any traveling or any working out or anything else I was working on for myself. To me, that's something that's extremely important. And so the first time in my life, I can say, hey, I can sit in church, I can listen to somebody, and I can understand truly what they're saying. And in the Bible, there's a lot of feel good verses that we want to hear, but there's also some real true things that happened that wasn't really good things, but it's things that you need to know so that you can how to keep your walk with God. God is something. God punish in the mid.
Chime in.
Well, tell me the question again. I got people asking how to get into this link.
Yeah. So basically, so people are sending me friend requests and so forth, and that's
Yes,
cool.
because they're trying to get into the
That's awesome. That's
podcast.
awesome. Yeah. So the thing is that we said that becoming requires discipline.
It does.
So the confidence is not magic. It's consistency. We got to applaud, ourselves. We got to show up when nobody do it. And we have to do the work long before. So I'm just saying, what are you saying about that?
So I do agree with that. It does require all of that. But again, I think that piece is also self-awareness. So a self-awareness, consistency, and discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because what you don't want to happen is that you start to mimic something else that's not you, because you're not going to be able to maintain that. It has to be your true authentic self. And so and it sometimes it's not an age thing. It takes you a while to figure out who you are becoming, because you evolve. Sometimes every year. They say sometimes as women it's every 7 years. It might be every 2 years. It may be every year for you. It may be every month. I just feel like everybody is different.
Yeah.
But like you said, the key things are to be consistent.
Yes.
They are to be disciplined.
Right.
Yes.
And
applause.
And you need to be self-aware.
Yeah.
Of the fact that you are changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you are changing, or you are becoming. How about that? Let's not even say changing, becoming, because you're still who you are. You're just a better version.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, okay. So it requires faith, ladies. So there will be seasons when your future doesn't make sense. Woo! I'm about to shout. Okay. Seasons when your future, it doesn't make sense. The purpose isn't revealed all at once. Why in the world, God, am I going through this? Because you training me to be or building me up to be something, that I don't even know why. I don't even understand why I'm going through this, because the purpose isn't revealed all at once. Sometimes God only gives you enough light for the next step. Because he said if you take one step, he gonna take what? 2. All right. So
but sometimes he's growing you in the process. You have to be in that process for him to grow you. If he takes you to the end result, he can't grow you. You haven't learned. Now you're there and not knowing how you got there. And now will you go back? Can you go backwards? Very easily. But if you are, the word I'm looking for is still.
Yeah, still.
If you are still in the midst of that. And that's what it is. It's the figuring out what to do while you're waiting. Because you don't want to be waiting on this transformation from God and then be disgruntled.
Yeah. So what's the song say?
How you wait is important as the waiting.
Yeah. What does the song say? I don't mind waiting. Correct. Period. Okay. Go ahead, Kasha.
And sometimes while you waiting, God may have you do the same task over and over again, and you may fail at that task 10 times before you get it right. But when you get it right, then you're ready for the next level.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. But sometimes it's gonna come with some disappointments. It ain't all gonna be peaches and cream. Okay.
Yeah. I true that. So because becoming, the last one that we're gonna do before we really get into the nitty gritty, becoming never ends. The strongest woman never stops growing. That's every season. Every season introduces us into another version of who we were meant to become. So the woman you're becoming today is preparing you for the woman you'll need to be tomorrow. And I know that for a fact because, and I'm a testament to that, because I feel like I have just been growing and growing and growing. And yes, like you're saying, Kasha, I have been given tests.
Yes.
I failed.
I
failed them tests. And then so God said, okay, I'm gonna try.
Try again.
Flunk the test, not fail. I flunked the test. Okay. And then he's like, all right, so I gotta set you up again. Here you go again. And then every season, the woman I'm becoming today, I'm so proud of the person I am today, God. I'm thankful. Yes. I'm so grateful. It caused sickness. He's covered me. Like You know what I mean? Even when I thought I was up here and, you know, I was doing big things and stuff like that, he'd say no. And this is where we got to realize it never ends because his grace, it just keep on going every time.
Yeah. It is sufficient.
It is absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna move on. So what does becoming mean to you? What does becoming mean to you? And when did you realize that you had outgrown the person that you used to be? So I'll go first. Becoming means, for me, evolving. Becoming means, like it's saying, like we said before, becoming, I have never stopped growing. And you know, I didn't stay stagnant. Thank the Lord for that. I just rolled with the punches. And then when I realized that I had outgrown the person that I used to be, is when, you know, I didn't desire. I did not have the desire, because you know, you ask for God to do things for you. You say, God, give me this discernment, and we ask for things that we really sometimes ain't ready for. Like when we be telling God, enlarge my territory, you ain't sometimes really ready for that. So
absolutely not. No, sometimes you absolutely not ready for that.
You don't be ready for that. You don't be ready for that. So that's how I knew I was becoming. And then I've outgrown that person that I used to be, because I'm so I have peace doing nothing. I'm always going and doing something, but I find myself, and Barbara knows this, I'm home sitting in the dark. I have so much peace in
yes, Lord.
Jesus. I have so much peace in doing that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, and it's literally I'm doing nothing, and I'm so excited about that. So I don't know where y'all want to tap in with that.
So I have to agree with you on the evolving piece for the becoming. But for me, again, I have to go back to self-awareness. You have to be aware that that's what's happening, and you have to be aware that those things that you used to do or that you used to respond to are disturbing your peace. And once you realize that, and you realize how important your peace is, anything that disturbs it is too expensive. You'll leave it.
Absolutely. Ooh, let me
leave it. It's too expensive.
Yeah,
because now you have become accustomed to this sense. This overcoming sense of peace, even though sometimes it gets rocky. It's not perfect peace, but it is more peace than you've ever had.
Yeah,
that is your new norm. You don't want to go back. You don't want to go back.
Yeah, you don't want to do this. You don't want to go there. No. And the fact that how I knew I was changing when I'm able to say no, and I feel good about it.
Yes. So I feel like I'm in agreement with you guys, though. You know, but you gotta also allow yourself to evolve. And I know sometimes it's scared when it comes to change. Some people are scared of that, but you get confidence with it by doing things. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like, I feel like I'm open to evolving. I don't did like so many different like jobs and different things. I mean, I was in the Army. I was a soldier, you know. I mean, I'm a corporate America girl. Now I'm a doctor. Now I'm getting into the business thing. I just feel like I have to keep going. I have to just keep doing stuff, and I never get bored because I'm always like trying
becoming
something else. Like, and so I may be doing this business stuff today. Now I may turn around and I may want to do real estate. I don't know. I mean, you got to be open to change, you know?
Yeah.
And be open to doing that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and you got to be open to being alone too.
Yes.
You know, some people are afraid to eat. They won't even go out and eat dinner alone. I'll go eat by myself.
Sure will. The movies,
I'll go
everything.
travel. Exactly. I'll book the trip, go by myself, you know, stuff like that. You got to be willing to, you know, in some of these cases, you may be alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So I want to tap in on that.
Because you better than me, Takashi, because I can go to dinner, I can go to the movies, I can hang out. I haven't been as brave as you to travel by myself, but I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
So
so this is the thing, y'all. Since I left my parents' house, even before I left, so I had a baby. I had, so I have not been by myself for literally almost
25
more
years.
all my life, literally. Okay, so I went from being a daughter in a house full of people, having a child, getting an apartment for some months, having a child, coming back to that same setting, literally leaving with a child. And I haven't been by myself. So this is the first time in so many years that I have been by myself. I'm becoming, because I'm like,
you're growing. Yeah, you definitely.
Yeah, I got to figure out. I knew who I was before I had, kids, the teeny bopper who was, always, how we think we always popping and, whatever. But at the same time, I had never been alone. So, I'm okay. I'm okay with being alone though. And it's helping me to get to where I am, to be able to say, okay, I have to applaud myself. Ain't nobody here to tell me you're doing a good job. When you up all night grinding, doing that business thing or whatever, does this make sense and stuff like that? So I can't get it from nobody but him and say, okay, Angela, you're doing a good job. So I have not been by myself. So I'm that person to be like, dang. And then, so the next thing we're going to say is like, what was the hardest version of yourself to let go of? Mine is the person that I was, the mama, the wife, the daughter. I mean, you're never going to let go of those things, but just to be in a different place to say, okay, I can tell y'all no, I don't have to be here. I can accept what I have going on and be okay with it. I'm okay being Angela by herself, and that's enough for me. And that's enough for me.
So me, it was letting go of some of the codependence. And because I do have older siblings, but they're so much older that I was almost raised like an only child. And so, but I've always had tons of friends and really good friends. Like I have 4, we've been friends probably since we were 12 or 13. Like we still take trips together and visit and talk to each other's kids and all of those things. But living away from my immediate family, not so close, and then having to figure it out, you find surrogate families, which you do. But I then had to not be so codependent on that, because although they are there for me, there's still some things I need to stand on my own and just do.
Yeah.
And so learning that balance of when I do need you, okay, and when I need to be able to stand on my own was a slight challenge for me, because I always have people around me. It may be the energy, it may be the high energy that attracts the people, but there's people always around. So I have to be mindful of when to pull back and kind of not so much, but kind of isolate myself just for a little bit, just to not even recharge, but to gather my thoughts, gather my next movement, and decide what I'm going to do, where I'm going next. So that was a piece for me. But I got that balance was not too difficult, but it was recognizing it so that I could create that balance.
Yeah. What about you, Takashi? When did you realize you had outgrown a person that you used to be?
Well, the thing about it, I'm more focused now. So like now, if I say, hey, this is the goal I'm going after, I'm going to get that goal. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it done by any means necessary. So I'm going to research it.
I'll look about crew.
I'm going to go get with other people that can help me. I'm going to look for the people who do it the best. I'm going to look and see what education I need. I'm going to lay it all out, and then I'm going to go step by step to do it. I used to start stuff and be
don't finish it.
I'm very focused. And when I say, hey, this is the time that I'm going to be doing this task, this is when I'm going to do this task. I have a things to do list. I focus on that list. I knock off those things. I add to it. I knock off those things. I'm constantly moving. So in the past, I used to stop sometime and I see somebody else that is going the wrong direction. I would stop what I'm doing, go get them straight, and then come back to myself. And then I didn't have enough time to do it for myself. Yeah, so,
but guess what?
Now I'm just like I'm extremely focused. And I'm telling you, and that could be another reason too why I do a lot of stuff alone.
Yes.
Because even traveling, when you're supposed to have fun, I still don't want to hear it too much. I want to go, this is what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to go do this and I'm going to get it done. So
yeah,
I'm extremely focused now. Extremely. Yeah. And I'm not easy distracted. Yeah, I'm not easy distracted. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry because I'm so excited just to say.
I'm listening to you.
In what you just said, I just want to chime in on that because when you said that you're extremely focused, hence this is why you do stuff alone. You went to help them and then come back to do your stuff. That's me. I'm always helping somebody, and then I mean, amen. I'm always helping somebody, and then I'm putting myself on the side. I'm going to help them, and then I got to come back to do that. So in this becoming stage of myself, I'm telling you, let me write it on a piece of paper. I'm telling you, no, absolutely. And I'm feeling so good about it to tell you, no, I cannot do that right now. No, I'm not going. No, I don't have it. No. And it's okay. It's okay finally to say no and feel good about it, not for somebody to make you feel bad about what you got going on. Yes. That's how
But it's okay. So I listened to a few pastors, but one of them specifically is based out of Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, and he says, we have to understand that sometimes it is about saying no. But you have to see it, how much time it's costing you. He said, before people would invite me to their weddings and I could go and it would be one afternoon. I would give up a couple of hours and that's it. But now this whole wedding thing, it's a whole production. You got to fly somewhere out of the country. You got to show up and it's a theme for the rehearsal dinner. Then you got to go to the wedding. That's at this resort. Then you got to go do this after the wedding. Then he was like, that's 5 days I've given up when I could have been, doing something else. He was like, so you have to be very careful with your time and what you're giving it to, especially when you have other things to do. So you may not be able to go to that wedding. You may have to say, you know what, I'm going to send you a gift and it's okay. He was like, because before you could go and take them a gift and what you spend, 100, maybe $200. Right. Now you spent 5,000.
Yeah.
And you still
with everything.
Yeah. And they still didn't have a gift. So be mindful of your yeses and your nos.
Absolutely.
He said, my new thing is I say no first. When they come back, I'll say, no, let me think about if it fits into my schedule of things I have to do. Then I get with my team, we discuss it, and then I can go back and then I can turn that no into a yes, or that no just stays a no. But I start with no because I have things that I'm doing. And so giving other people my time keeps me from doing the Lord's work, which is what I need to be doing.
Yes. Right. Off track.
Correct.
All right, y'all. So growth. So what sacrifice changed your life the most? And have you ever had to lose people in order to find yourself? Yes, God.
Not to find myself. I've had to lose people who abused my kindness.
Yeah.
So not even that I lost myself, but you took my kindness for something else, my helpfulness for something else. And so, and sometimes it took me a long time to recognize it, which frustrates me because I'm thinking you're smart, you're aware. Why did you miss that? But I missed it because I have a big heart. I want to help. That's all I know. That's all I saw my mother do growing up. She was very helpful. That was my example. And so sometimes it took me a while, but once I realized it, the cutoff is quick.
Period.
The cutoff is really quick because now you are, when I'm taking for granted, it's cut off because to me, I pride myself in being a really good friend. I want to be loyal. I am loyal. I am trustworthy. I am always helpful. I am always supportive. And sometimes people don't return it. And I realize that they can't be me. Some people aren't as helpful as me and they don't have to be. But if you're meeting me somewhere, if our relationship or our friendship is beneficial for both, then we're in a good place. But once I realize you're only a taker because I'm a giver, for years, So now you're full because here I am pouring into you, but
Right.
I'm drained because you don't pour. I distance myself.
Right. Yes. So I feel like for me, when you say, okay, when it says that basically we had to lose people in order to find ourselves.
Yes.
Yes. I had to lose people to actually find myself. Because again, like Barbara is saying, I'm a giver. Okay. I'm a giver. A lot of people are takers, and they take and they take and they take and they take. And so because I'm giving, so,
they gonna take.
Yeah, and exactly. And I'm a giver. So I'm giving to you, giving to you, giving to you. And I look up, I'm giving you, hey, you going to get your hair done, and I'm giving you, and then you turn around and look at me and say, girl, you need to fix your wig. You need
rude.
You need to get yourself together. So I'm constantly pouring into you, overflow. And then I don't have it. So when I turn around, I'm like, well, dang, I expect, how they say you expect a you out of people, and that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And so that's totally me. What the sacrifice of me sacrificing myself to give to you, because yes, I am loyal. I'm a good friend. You might not like everything that I say because I'm just blunt and to the point, but I pride myself in that, because I don't ever want to be fake to you. I don't ever want to lie to you, and I want you to say the same things to me. So so that it's not like you're saying, Barbara, that you lose yourself or that you didn't find yourself. You just have poured so much into the other person. So
again, I have ladies that I have been friends with since we were 13. And they have truly given me the perfect example of true friendship. So what I have to do when I recognize that, because you're like, oh, we just been friends for a long time. No, they've given me the true definition. They've shown me the true definition of friendship. I always have to go back and say, they've showed me that. Yeah. If I don't see that, then that's not what this situation is.
Yeah. And
we've been through everything together. We've been through divorces. We've been through marriages. We've been through my mom passing. We've been through several things together. Parents getting sick, this and that, accidents, this and that, and still we all come back to the circle because we all bring something different. Not everybody in that group is exactly like me, and rightfully so, because then it will be too much. Everybody brings their own piece. The five of us bring our own piece together, and it makes a one whole collective, and that's what makes it work, because we have all figured out over these last 30 plus years that that's the thing she brings. Oh, that's what she brings. So actually one of my good friends, her husband says, well, Barb, you are the connector. And I'm like, what? He's like, you're the connector. So sometimes life is lifing and everybody gets busy, but you always find a way to bring everybody back to a connection. Hey, let's do this. Hey, let's have a phone call together. Let's have a FaceTime. Let's have a this. Let's have a that. So keeping in mind that those women have shown me the true meaning of friendship, I now have a guide to move forward with.
Yes. Yeah. And I do have to say that you are a great friend. You're a great friend.
Thank you.
Carson, you have anything on that?
Yeah. So sometimes you do have to lose some people if they're like for instance, if you you're very optimistic and you have goals that you want to achieve, but you have people around you that are talking, they're negative, they don't really want to move forward in life. Sometimes that energy can pass over on you, right? So a lot of times I had to lose people because, hey, if I say, hey, I got this goal of this, and they would try to talk you out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But see, the thing about that, Takashi, is what God has for you is for you. Yeah, and whatever he told you, he told you. So when people try to talk you out of your dream, he didn't tell them your dream.
You better preach, BJ.
So you know what? Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your concern. God got me. Because when he gave me the dream, he didn't give it to you. So why am I expecting you to understand it? Yeah. Now, I got that from a friend of mine who has his own business. He's like, here I am asking people suggestions and questions about my business. When God gave me the dream, he didn't even give it to them. So why am I concerning myself?
Yeah, trust the process.
And that's exactly why I had to do that, because I said, hey, like, so you either you can still be with the people and just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Okay. And keep your mouth shut, or you're gonna have to move with the people who are a little bit more positive.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
and sometimes move in silence. Don't tell them what you're doing until it's done.
It's okay. So we're gonna go into faith. How has your faith shaped the woman you're becoming? And how do you trust God when you don't understand the process?
So again, I go back to that waiting patiently. And I'm waiting patiently. I've really listened to that message multiple times about how you wait, because he grows you in the process. So just recently, I tried to purchase a townhome and everything lined up except for one thing. And I was all ready to be like, oh, in October, I'm going to have my spot.
I'm out of there. Yeah.
And then, boom, it knocked me off my feet. And now I'm frustrated again. And it took that one of my, again, friends from 30 years. She calls me randomly during the day and she works. And she's like, hey, what's up? Why you sound frustrated? And I'm like, I'm so mad. She's like, listen, you didn't get what you thought you wanted because God has something better for you. Remove that emotion and thank him for where you are. You got a roof. You got a great job. You got people who love and support you, and it's going to happen. And you want it to happen his way and not yours, because what he has is going to bless you so much more than what you think you fell in love with. He has something so much better. So get yourself prepared for that. I was mad that she said it, but I had to swallow it and say, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Here I am. I know what to do, but I got caught up in this emotional moment where I wasn't doing it. She was like, take the emotion out of that.
Yeah.
I got to get stuff done. I said, you absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
So for me, like, how has it shaped the woman that you're becoming? And you got to trust God to understand, when you don't understand the process. For me, it's transition from almost 30 years in corporate America, transitioning now to doing something different, owning and really operating on that, trusting God. Okay, when the finances don't look right, all of those things like that, sitting here having to pray. And then there's that one friend that comes over and says, you got this, or, calling my parents and them saying to me, thank God for them, to say, hey, you got this. You have this, or another person that I totally talk to all the time, to say, okay, one foot in front of the other. So
that's what I wrote down. One foot in front of the other. You got to keep moving.
Yeah, it's always having those people in line. And so we lost some people, but look what God gave us. We gained some people, we gained some faith. We strengthen the faith that we have, because we only have to have a size of a mustard seed, and we trust in God to understand the process, and in that he's blessing. So it's his will, and that's all we got to do. So grace, because his grace is sufficient, he's going to get us there. So we got to have that. So we're going to go into the confidence. How do you continue believing in yourself during the seasons of doubt?
I have to give myself a pep talk, because baby, I would talk myself out of something in a heartbeat. Like, girl, you just said you was gonna do it. You didn't give yourself 28 reasons why you can't do it and why it's not gonna work. That is ridiculous. That is not of God. Get your whole life together. What is wrong with you? Like, I have to do that for myself. And I feel like that's what God is like, because I feel like he talked to me kind of like rough, because I kind of need that.
You're a little rough.
Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you tripping on this? Get your whole life together. I feel like that's how he talked to me. So I have to do that. And then I remember something that a former coworker who passed away, God rest her soul, would always say, girl, you got to push. You got to pray until something happens. You got to pray. You got to push. And I'm like, what? Push. You got to pray until something happens. You got to keep pushing. And I'm like, oh, and that's why I said that one step in front of the other. That's what that push reminded me.
1 foot.
You just got to keep moving. You've got to keep moving. If you stop, that's when it becomes a real issue. But if you keep pushing, I think you can pull yourself out of, and God could pull yourself out of anything. God can definitely pull you out of anything.
Yeah, what you got on that, Kasha?
Yeah, so whenever you're like, fear of like, you just do something. Just do something. And once you see, hey, look, I could do it, then you will be confident to do more. So just go do it. Just do it, and don't be, I'm never really embarrassed like of things. So like, hey, like sometimes it don't turn out right, but then this is what it is. Just gotta go do something else. Do it again.
It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve.
Yeah.
So there's a Bible verse. I'm sorry, Kasha. There's a Bible verse that I've been meditating on because I've been listening to Pastor Mike McClure Jr. and he has a verse that he's been having you recite every day, and it's Amos 9:13, but it's the MSG version. It says
Amos 9:13.
MSG version. It says, "Yes, indeed.
Yes,
it won't be long now. Things are going to happen so fast, your head will swim. One thing fast on the heels of the other, you won't be able to keep up." I want that. Everything will be happening all at once, and everywhere you look, blessings. I'm like, that sound like blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. I want that.
Yeah.
I want it to be happening so fast so he explained it. He said, because God is going to be blessing you so many times, back to back, so much. It's going to be bless. You can't even keep your head straight. The blessings will be coming in. He said, so I want us to meditate on that because all of these things will happen suddenly. Now, suddenly is not instantaneously. It's not, because our time is not God's time. But you're going to turn around and blink, and you're going to look around, and it's going to be there. The blessings are going to be coming from everywhere.
Bless you so good and on time.
What? Yes, and yes. So I've been meditating on that for about, 13 days. When I wake up in the morning and I grab my phone, it's not to check Facebook, it's not to check the time. I have to turn the alarm clock off first. But then I go right to Amos 9:13. And then I read it and I'm like, yep, God, I received that. I'm ready for the blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. Prepare me for the blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. Because when you are blessing, guess what? You can bless other people.
Absolutely.
Not only that, if it's coming over here, that means he in the neighborhood. Y'all get ready, get ready, get ready.
Yes. Pass by me. Come on, bring it on. Yeah.
Turn down the street, Lord.
What you got on that, Kasha?
Oh no, I don't really have anything on that. You guys said what I'm thinking on that topic.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you continue? Right. We said, how do you continue with believing when you're in a season of the doubt? But what advice would we give to the woman, y'all, who feels that they're stuck?
Oh, okay.
Because that's a big thing. Because every one of us I can't speak for y'all, but I feel that everybody has felt like they're stuck in a situation, and that is where the confidence comes in, our faith comes in, and so forth. And that's like you're saying, BJ, and like you said too, Kasha, like you got to do it. You guys got to put one foot in front of the other, have the faith, have the confidence, know that he's already there, but that takes time, and we didn't all get there at, we just saying get there. We are becoming, so we had to like say, okay, God, how do I do that? I'm stuck. God, I'm stuck in this marriage. I'm stuck in this at this job. I'm stuck here. I don't want nobody talking about me. I don't want people making me, looking like a failure. God, how do I get out of that? What will we tell the person that feels like they stuck?
Well, first off, we're not to worry about those external forces. Anything outside of you. I mean, besides your family and your true friends who are pouring into you, the rest of the naysayers, let them say nay. That's first. And sometimes you got to give yourself grace, because I think sometimes when we make those mistakes, when we get stuck, we're very hard on ourselves and frustrated because we are stuck and we feel like we shouldn't be. But at the end of the day, we're human. So you're going to make those mistakes. And it's okay, and God's going to forgive you every single time. He is. It's really just about first recognizing and giving yourself some grace to make those mistakes, to be stuck, but don't stay there. That's the key. You can't stay there. There's a time limit on you staying stuck. You can't be stuck for 10 years.
Say it one more time for the people.
You can't be stuck for 10 years. There's a time cap. Now, you can be stuck for whatever the time cap is for you. For me, I don't like to feel trapped in any way. That makes me run faster away. And so my cap may not be your cap. Everybody has to figure out their cap for being stuck. The
Yeah.
key is not to stay there too long. It's okay to get stuck. It's not okay to stay well beyond your time.
Yeah. So when we say stuck, don't stop.
Correct.
You can be stuck somewhere and you still you still trying to move.
Correct.
You still trying to do. But if
just
you stuck and
you inching out like this, you're inching out.
Yeah. So I mean, what you got to say on that, Kasha? Because you know, you can be stuck. I mean, you can stop, but you can't stop.
So sometimes, yeah, but sometimes I feel like, okay, like I was going through a period of stuckness like a couple weeks ago, right? And so what I tend to do is I go and I do something fun. I'm gonna splurge on something. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go on a trip. I'm gonna go to a game. I'm gonna do something that's fun, and then I'll get back to the serious stuff.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just have to take a break. That's just how it is.
Mind block, right? It like they say, writer's block or
a mental break.
Yeah, mental break. Yeah.
Go have a little fun and then come on back to it. And I'm for real. I was just going through it, and I'm going, hey, I got all this stuff. I got all these things that I got to do, and some procrastination set in, you know. But then I said, hey, I did something. I think I did a NASCAR event or something. Then I decided to get back into it. But sometimes you gotta go, do something fun or something, do something different, then come back to the problem.
Yep. Remove yourself from it. Give yourself a little breather and then come back. You are absolutely right, Takashi. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Yeah. So what kind of woman do you hope your daughters, if you have daughters, or your nieces or whomever, or the next generation, what do you want them to remember about you? And then what legacy are you building every day in the woman that you're becoming? So this is our last piece, y'all, before we knock out, because it's coming up on time. But what kind of woman do you think, or do you hope that your daughters or the next generation remember about you? What they're going to say about you, and what legacy are you building every day? So I'll go real quick. So for me, I want them to remember that I'm a go-getter. Not that I'm perfect. Not that I stayed stuck. But in all of that I was doing, or all of the woman that I was becoming, and for those who have known me from young or from a child to now, and even in the different seasons in my life, one thing that people can really say about me is, whether you feel like I'm mean, I'm bougie, I'm this, I'm that, when I show up, I'm the same. And I'm consistent in that because I pride myself in being a loyal person. And I'm not fake. I don't want to be fake, because I don't want you to, I kind of reciprocate that energy. But one thing, what I say is I say, what I mean, and I'm a go-getter. I'm going to try to see it through. I'm going to try to help. I'm going to, even if I don't have it, we're going to figure it out. I love hard. I got a lot. I'm just Angela, and all that is in that pack. And I'm just so grateful about it. And the legacy that I'm building every day is for my children, for my grandbabies. I want them to understand that you can be whatever you want to be. You don't have to put a label on it. You don't have to stop because somebody doesn't like it. Just continue to be the best version of yourself. And that's so much for me, because of the PK kid, I don't know if a lot of people can receive that. There's so many expectations of who you should be. Oh my God, it's going to make me cry. I got to take my glasses up. It's so many versions. People think you should be this because your daddy is, or your granddaddy was, or your mom is the best singer in church, or whatever. Y'all, listen, I was the rebellious child.
Me too. I want shock value.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do all the things that cause you to be like, because I want shock value.
But you know what? I'm the one that's there. And that's the thing. I'm the one you're going to come and really ask, what's tea? What's really the issue? What's really going on? I'm the one that's truthful. So I want them to remember I'm faithful, I'm factual, I'm a go-getter, and I'm who I am. So go because we got like 5 more minutes. So
okay, my legacy that I would like to leave is that I build relationships that make a lasting impression.
Absolutely. Let me drink to that.
I am able to build relationships that have a lasting impression. I mean, because I've taught several kids. This is my year 27 of teaching. And even when I see kids now at the grocery store, they're like, oh my God, I miss you so much. I'm like, girl, you are grown. There's no reason you should be sitting in my class. And they're like, I know, but just how you always break things down and give us the real world and this and that and are very honest with us. Like, I so miss that. And I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
You still have those skills. You just don't have them in the classroom. Now you're in the real world. So still use them. Don't stop. It's not isolated just being with me. Use them. That's why I taught them to you. So that's my thing, building relationships that leave a lasting impression.
Okay. What about you, Kasha? And then we got one more after that.
I'm a loving person. I'm not a quitter. You can be anything you want to be, anything. And you can, and it can be anytime. You could be 50 years old and you starting all over again. You can do anything you want to do. Okay, that's how I feel. I can tell you, my daughter, I know my daughter look at it and go, man, my mom done did all these different things. But
she's jack of all trades.
Right. And mastered all of them.
Right.
You know, and I'm a loving person. I never quit. So I want to be known, loving God, faithful
that
person,
part.
Hold on. My last thing, Angela, and then I'm not saying anything else.
Yes, you are, because I got one more.
I'm answering it because I already know it.
No. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Listen, I'm going to say it. Okay. If the woman you become 5 years from now could speak to you today, what do you think she would say? Go.
Oh, okay. For me,
girl, I told you.
Okay.
Girl.
Thanks for never.
I told you. We were more than meets the eye. Keep dreaming big.
Yeah.
Mine is, girl, thanks for never quitting.
Yes.
Never quit.
Yes. Mine would be, girl, I love you.
Yeah.
Girl, I love you. That's make me cry. Girl, I love you.
That's it.
Yeah. I love you. It. Yes. God loves you. He sees you. He sees your heart, how you feel, how others have made you feel, what it makes you feel like. That's going to make me cry. It doesn't define you. You can be all that you can be. You went through it. You went through it for a reason.
Yep.
You did it. It happened for a reason. So that's helping you become the person that you are. So, this. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. That got me full, y'all.
Yeah.
The girl that you are right now. Yeah, I love you. Tell yourself, God loves you. Somebody needs to hear that today, that he loves you. His grace is sufficient. It's okay. You went through it. You didn't die. You still have your mind. Yeah. You okay. So I'm gonna close with, if the woman stop comparing yourself to women who are in a different chapter of their story. So
because you don't know the journey. You don't know their journey.
Your own process, right? Stop because you're becoming. It's not about you being perfect, and it's not about you refusing to quit. So the woman you're praying to become is already built. So the one decision that that we have, in a one lesson, in a one act of faith at a time, don't rush the process. Queens, you are not made overnight. And they crowned you. They crowned the queen after they survived the journey. So we got to remember that. They crowned the queen after she survived the journey. So you got to keep going. You got to keep becoming the person that you're supposed to. So I totally want to thank y'all for being on tonight. Lord Jesus, y'all know I'm a crier.
Yeah.
But this was great. And so tune in next week at 7:00 p.m. For Throne Thoughts. We live and direct. So and we just keeping it a buck. We not sugarcoating nothing on here, but we giving you straight, raw, good stuff. I love you guys. She Reigns is in the building. Thank you, Barbara Long. Look her up on Facebook. Raising the Bar. Academics, Dr. Takashi Dixon. Her office is in Valrico. Next, Path Funding is on the map. She is Prophetic Rose, which is jewelry. So we got a lot of big things coming. And, you know, I love you guys and thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Peace.
Good night.
Woo. All right.